I want to look at some past questions, solutions to some past questions, which are exams questions. Then let's start by looking at the first one. Number one, for tonight, we have this shape from here. This line here is parallel to this line, and here this line is parallel to this line. Then this angle here is given as 48 degrees, and this as x. Then we have to find the value of angle x here. So find the value of x in this diagram. Then we can see that here this line can be extended. When we prolong this line, we extend it. That is, also we can extend this as well, and also we extend this as well. Okay, so now this line here is parallel to this line. So let's look at this as a transversal across two parallel lines, and this angle here is 48. Then also this angle here will be 48, which implies we have alternate angles are equal. So this angle is alternate to this. Also here, we look at these two lines here parallel. And also this line here now is like a transversal across these two parallel lines. That means 48 degree here. Also this angle also should be 48 degrees. Also alternate angles. And here now we have x and 48 lies on a straight line. So the sum of that will give us 180 degrees. That's sum of angles on a straight line, which implies x now equals to 180 degrees minus 48 degrees, and which implies x equals to 132 degrees. So that is how to handle this plane geometry question from here. You are welcome to Master T Math class, and thank you for watching. Don't forget to share this video and subscribe. Okay, now let's look at another question here, which will be number 2 in this class. So let's consider the next question here. That is number 2. We have this circle, and we have the center of the circle is given. So a line passes through the center of the circle, and from here another line is drawn, which is used to form a triangle. And this is O. We call this T. We call this S. And this is joined together with this. And this point is called point R. And also another line here is formed, the circumference, which meet at the circumference here. This is P, this is Q at this point, and it is connected to T here. And then this line P here is joined to line R. And we are given this angle here as 33 degrees. Then this angle here as 76 degrees. Now the question says we should find the size of angle PTR. So we are finding PTR. That's the first one. We use it to solve 2 questions. And also we are finding angle PRS. So you are finding solving two questions from here with this diagram. One, angle PTR. Where is PTR? PTR. So angle between line PT and line TR. So this angle, all this angle here, PTR. And also we are finding angle PRS. This is PRS. This angle here. So that is what we need to find. And first thing we need to look at in this diagram is that this 76-degree here is angle at the center. Okay? And don't forget from triangle 1, this angle here, from what we have, this line also passing through the center here. We should note that this line CR is a diameter. Okay? Now, one thing we're supposed to write out first, we can get the value of this angle, which is angle PRT. And this angle will be 33 degrees. So I can say angle PRT is equals to 33 degrees. Why did I have to say that? Because this angle in the same segment. Angle in the same segment of a circle are equal. So this 33 degrees is the same segment with this angle. So this is also 33 degrees. And now, the next important thing that we need to see here is that since this line TR is a diameter, angle formed by a diameter is 90 degrees. That means this angle should be 90. So I can say angle CPR is now equals to 90 degrees. That's angle in a semicircle. That's the reason why angle in a semicircle, which implies that easily we can get this angle now because we have triangle CPR. Two angles are known. The third angle can be formed. And this angle is 90 degrees, which means these two angles also should add up to 90 degrees. So therefore, the first question we are finding, which is PTR, should now be equals to 90 degrees minus 33 degrees. And that's simply 57 degrees. So angle PTR now is 57 degrees. Okay. Now let's find the second angle, which is this angle PRS, or this angle here. Now we know part of it. We just need to find the other one. So that when we add it together, it will give us PRS. And how do we get this? This is angle at the circumference, and this is angle at the center. And angle at the circumference now, which is angle TRS now, angle TRS, this one marked here, is now equals to 76 degrees over 2. Because we have the reason angle at center is twice angle at circumference. So that's the simple reason why. And when we divide this by 2, this gives us 38 degrees. So that means here we have this angle at 38 degrees. Therefore, the total angle here we are finding, which is angle PRS, therefore angle PRS is now equals to 33 degrees plus 38 degrees, which gives us 71 degrees. So that is that from there. You're watching us live at Master T Math class. Do it to give a thumbs up and share this video, and also subscribe for more videos. And thank you for joining us. Okay, so let's look at the next question here. From here we have So let's consider the next question here, which will be number 3 here. So we are given this table, and we have the value of x up and y here, and what we have here, we have 0, 3. Then here we have 1 over 1 over 4, then 1 and half here. Then here we have 2, and nothing is under it. Also we have 4 here, nothing is under it. And the first question here says we should find the gradient of this line. Now the table below shows some values of linear graph. Now find the gradient. That's the first question under this. Find the gradient of the line. Now for a straight line, the gradient of a line is sometimes called slope. So we can say gradient or slope. This is given as change in y over change in x, which is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Now, looking at this table now, we have the first value of x, the second value of x, the first value of y, the second value of y. So we can use that from here directly. So y2 that's 1 number 1 over 3, and it's an improper fraction. That's 3 over 2. So we can say this is 3 over 2 minus y1, that's 3 over also x2. X2 here, that's same thing as 5 over 4, then minus x1, that's 0. So when we solve this, we can bring this fraction up together as one fraction. And let's see m up there is 2. So 2 going into that's 1. Then 1 times 3, that's still 3, minus 1 going into that's 2. 2 times 3, that's 6. Then divided by, here we still have 5 over 4. And up here, this becomes 3 minus 6. That gives us minus 3 over 2. Then we can write, this division can be written as this, which is 5 over 4. Then next step, we can change division here to multiplication, and we have minus 3 over 2 times 4 over 5. And here we can reduce this because 3 goes here 1 and 2 goes here 2. And gradient here is minus 3 times 2, which is minus 6 over 5 left here. So therefore we have minus 1 number 1 over 5. So here we have a gradient of this given line. So next step here, what is the value of y when x equals to 2? Now that we know the gradient, we can form the equation of the line from here. So and that will help us to get the missing one. Okay, so I think there is a value here that is there is a mistake in a value input here. I think for this value of y here, so instead of 1 and a half here, that's 5 and a half. So I'm using this is 5 and a half. Okay, so if this is 5 and a half, that's y2 5 and a half. If it is 5.5, so that will be 11 over 2. So y2 here, up here, that should be 11 over 2. So let's look at that. We have 11 over 2 minus 3 over 1. Here I have 2 as the LCM. Here I have 11 minus 6 here. And let's give me 5 over 2. So here, what we should have here now, up, should not be minus 3 over 2, but 5 over 2 here. So if this is 5 over 2 here, then this turns to multiplication. That is, also 5 here cancel each other. And therefore, the gradient here is 2. So what is left up here is now 2. And we have the gradient to be 2 now. If the gradient is now 2, confirm the equation of the line. We can get the equation of the line using 1 point and gradient form, which is y minus y1 equals to m into bracket x minus x1. That is, here now we have minus y1, here we have 3, then equals to m, that's 2, into bracket x minus x1, that's 0. Then this implies that we have y minus 3 is now equals to x minus 0, that's 3x. That's 2 times x, that's 2x. Then we can take 3, minus 3 here become plus. So y is now equals to 2x plus 3. So this here we have the equation of the line. Then the second question that says, find y when x equals to 2. So easily, when x equals to 2 now, we can get y. So when x equals to 2, y will now be equals to 2 times 2 plus 3. 2 times 2, that's 4. And 4 plus 3, that's 7. So here will be 7. And that is that, about that. So you are watching us live at Master T Math Class. Do it to subscribe and also share this video and give it a thumbs up. Yeah. So let's look at another one. Another interesting one here. Okay. Then we are solving the next question here. Let's call it number 4 now. That is, what is it? Okay, given that tan x, given that tan x is equals to 2 over 3, where x is in between 0 degree and 90 degree. That's 0 degrees less than equals to x less than equals to 90 degrees. That's right angle. Then find the value of 2 sine x. So you have to find the value of 2 sine x. Now, from what we have given here, tan x equals to 2 over 3. And the ratio for tan means that 2 here will serve as the opposites, while 3 here is serving as the adjacent. So the ratio of tan is opposite over adjacent. And when we demonstrate that in a right angle triangle, we have triangle as a right angle. Let's call this angle as x. Of course, opposites of this angle x2 will be here, and adjacent as 3 will be here, and this side is the hypotenuse. You can use a letter, call it y. And from Pythagoras theorem, y squared now will be equals to 2 squared plus 3 squared, which implies y squared equals to 2 squared, that's 4, plus 3 squared, that's 9. That means y squared equals to 4 plus 9, 13. Take the square root on both sides. That means y is now equals to root 13. Now, if y is root 13 and you are finding 2 sine x, first sine x here is opposite over hypotenuse. That's 2 over root 13. That's the ratio for sine. And 2 sine x now is now 2. 2 sine x now implies we have 2 times root 13. So this is what we have. And then it implies this is also 4 over root 13. And we can rationalize this and multiply by root 13 and also divide by root 13. And here, this implies we have 4 root 13 over root 13 times 13, that's 13. So here we have the answer to this. So that's 4 root 13 over 13. So thank you for connecting and joining us here at Master T Math Class. So stay tuned to the end to enjoy this class maximally. And don't forget to give a thumbs up and share this video. Okay? Let's look at this question here. Say the angle we call this as question 5, right? Now, the angle of elevation of an aircraft, the angle of elevation of an aircraft from a point K, on the horizontal ground, is 30 degrees. If the aircraft is 800 meter above the ground, far is it from K? So here we have this question on angle of elevation. And then when we interpret this in a diagram, we have the elevation on our aircraft from a point K on the horizontal ground. Now let's have this as horizontal ground and let this be point K. So now the aircraft is 800 meters above the ground. So this here we have the height. Let's say the aircraft is here. The aircraft is here. We can label it as the first letter of the aircraft, which is A. So, and it's 800 meters above the ground. So this distance here is 800 meters. Then, of course, this angle here is angle 90 degree. And the angle of elevation from this point K to the aircraft here, that this angle formed when looking up from this point K to this aircraft is given as 30 degrees. Then the question says, how far is it? That is, how far is the aircraft from point K? So you are finding distance AK now. Let's label it as letter X. So here we have a right angle triangle, and this angle 30 degree, opposite is 800. So we have opposites, and we are finding hypotenuse. So what we introduce here is sine, because from SOHCAHTOA, the one that has opposite and hypotenuse is sine. So which is so, that means sine 30 degrees is now equals to opposite, which is 800, over hypotenuse, which is x. So when we cross multiply here, we have x sine 30 degrees is now equals to 800. Then divide both sides by sine 30 degrees to get x. Divide this side by sine 30 degrees. Then sine 30 degrees cancel each other. We are left with x, which is equals to 800 over sine 30 degree from special triangle. We have this as 60 degree, this as 30 degrees, and this as 2, this as 1, this as root 3, and sine is opposite over hypotenuse. Opposite of 30, that's sine 30 degree here. Opposite of 30 now is 1. Then the hypotenuse is 2 here, because it is 90 degree. So that means we have half here. And 800 divided by half, that gives us 1,600 meter. So that is the distance of the aircraft from the point K. So I hope you enjoyed this class and you have learned one or two things. So don't forget to give us your support by subscribing, and also share this video, give it a thumbs up. By the time we meet next class, you won't miss out from our video. So thank you, and see you in our next class. Bye for now.